If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. Alright, so we might have finally got the official release date for Drake's new album, Certified Lover Boy. The album that we've all been waiting for such a long time, and that Drake has, named several release dates for, dating back to last summer, then to January, then to this summer, then to being out before the summer ends, to now actually us having like a legit date that we can look forward to. We're gonna go over what happened and my thoughts on this, so let's jump straight into it. So ESPN SportsCenter usually has like a very normal intro with some highlights in there with their logo flashing and stuff like that, but the broadcast for last night's show was something else, because during this whole normal intro that we usually see, we could see someone hacked into it. There's a lot of grainy footage, a lot of Matrix type flashing lights, and sometimes some images kind of pouring through, and we can see this man holding a cardboard saying CLB September 3rd. Now this of course is a direct announcement that CLB, Certified Lover Boy, there's no other abbreviation of CLB right now out there, is going to drop on September 3rd. And when you look at the calendar, September 3rd is actually a Friday, namely next Friday. First thought that popped into my mind, why would Drake do this? And second thought that popped into my mind is if this is the way that Drake actually wanted to roll out the album, because technically September 3rd is before the summer ends when you look at like the scientific calendar and stuff like that, but for a lot of people summer is already over, so I'm guessing Drake had wanted to drop it before then, but I don't know why he didn't. Also, we remember that DJ Academic's comment where DJ Academic said that this is not gonna drop as a surprise drop because Drake really cares about this project, put a lot of time and effort into this, so he wants it to be like a real big rollout, and this kind of seems cheap. I mean, he could just buy that ad spot and then just record himself holding that cardboard and just put it in there. It's also funny how one of the hosts of the show says I think we're in the Matrix, because he also just saw that intro as it happened. So not a lot of people were informed about this, or at least were in on this. So I'm guessing this was not planned out thoroughly, but rather something spontaneous that Drake decided to do. But of course it gives us a lot of new material, a lot of new ground to put our speculations on. That's what we're going to do today. Another thing that of course a lot of people are excited about is the possibility of Drake dropping CLB and Kanye dropping Donda on the same day, because both of the albums are in the rollout process. Kanye was supposed to drop last week, and it might just be the case that he's dropping on September 3rd as well. We've seen this happen back in 2007 with him and 50 Cent with the infamous sales battle, and it might just happen again in 2021 with Drake, and that will be very exciting. I mean, that probably deserves like a whole standalone video if me talking about what would happen if Drake and Ye dropped on the same day, because those are arguably the two biggest albums this year that people are looking forward to, Donda and CLB, no doubt. So if they dropped on the same day, that would be historical. Like, not even like low key, like that would actually break the internet. So I think that would be really crazy if they did, but we just don't know that yet. We can't really give any educated guesses about it, so we're just gonna have to wait and see when both of those albums will roll out. But if they do, man, that's gonna be crazy. Let's talk about why Drake would do this. Drake is of course a sports fan. He has been seen in many hosting roles even, and courtside with a lot of Raptors games, but also other sports as well. So he's of course a very big sports fan, and this only makes sense that he would announce it through that as well. Of course, a lot of viewers that are watching ESPN SportsCenter are also into Drake's music, so that will make sense as well. But one thing that I thought was very interesting is that Kanye also announced Donda a month ago, before even the first listening party, during the NBA Finals, and maybe Drake took some inspiration from that. Maybe this is another subliminal shot at Kanye of him announcing it in the same way that Kanye did, even though in a less spectacular way, because Kanye had like a whole, big thing for it with the No Child Left Behind trailer and stuff like that, while Drake just held a cardboard to the camera, which I still think is kind of weak. I mean, he could have done something bigger. I know it's supposed to convey this like very cryptic and mysterious message, but I don't know. I just would have wished him to announce this more officially on social media or somewhere, or at least do like a cool video with the rollout. Maybe we do get some bigger rollout, over this next week. Maybe this was the first teaser for people to be like, yo, it's actually gonna drop, it's happening, and then we get like something big. I think that's what's gonna happen, because I don't think Drake would just announce it this way and then drop the album just like that. I think that would not be his style to do. I think he wants this to be grander. I think he wants this to be more epic for an album as big as this, arguably one of his most hyped up projects in his whole career, and for many people like the pinnacle of his career and where he's at in terms of just influence and his style in the game. So I believe he wants this to be bigger. But anyway, we actually got a release date that we can look forward to, because so far it was only like speculations. Oh, CLB is gonna drop next week, next month, in July, in August, all that stuff. Now we actually have something that we can hold on to, even though it's not quite the end of the summer, because for me it's already past the end of the summer, but maybe there were some issues with the album that Drake just wanted to get clear before he drops it. We've seen him still in the studio a couple of weeks ago with that story post. We've seen him still work on it with 40 on FaceTime or whatever that was, them still, connecting some dots on there and doing some stuff. So obviously this was also a very Donda-like thing with them not having it done in time, because it was supposed to drop last year. Obviously, maybe they changed some stuff, added new songs, whatever, but the way he announced it this time is very weird. I would have liked to see this be bigger, as I said, but at least is what we have. ESPN SportsCenter had a very weird intro with an announcement for Drake's Certified Lover Boy, and is dropping September 3rd, which is next week, which to me is very spontaneous. I thought he would take more time with the rollout and do some bigger stuff, as I said, but it's just a week before the album drops, so I guess we just gotta live with it now, and I'm very excited for this. Like, this is big. This is actually, Drake actually announces Certified Lover Boy. That is crazy. We've talked about this album for such a long time that it's weird to even, make a video about Drake officially releasing the release date of it, or officially announcing it, and the fact that it's going to drop next week. So I'm all hyped up for it. If you want to watch that video, the ESPN SportsCenter intro in the full version, go join the Discord in the description. We always have the latest news on Drake news, on everything news on there, so make sure to do that. Now, that's my opinion on this. I want to know what you think about this specifically. What do you think about the way he announced it? What do you think about the fact that he might drop the same day as Kanye? Do you think he actually will? What would that result in? Another sales battle like 2007? I think that's a very interesting thing to talk about. I'm probably going to make a standalone video on this. What are your expectations for CLB? Are you hyped? What features do you want to see on there? What songs? What snippets? Is it the Fair Trade one? Is it other ones? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.